Hey everybody, down here at Justin Herman Plaza in San Francisco, was the location of Occupy SF. I know that there's a group now at 101 Market, and there is talks of a flash mob organizing for tonight in the Castro. So if you're watching, send people out to Castro 8 o'clock, Bank of America, for flash mob event action. I'm just gonna do a quick little walk, just to kind of document post-raid on Justin Herman Plaza. It's a Friday night, and being the holidays on a Friday night in San Francisco, there's several areas of the city that are extremely busy right now. Obviously the shopping districts, and anywhere that tourism is a focus would be busy tonight. People that have traveled pre-holiday, so there's several areas of the city that could really benefit from having patrol tonight on a Friday night in San Francisco. But I'm down here, and I'm just seeing that there's a lot of an unnecessary amount of police officers here at Justin Herman Plaza. I mean, there's other parts of the city that could definitely use their service. Some of them have left. I was here a couple hours ago, and this whole street was lined with officer vehicles. But as of right now, I've already passed two unmarked. Across the street, there's one unmarked and two marked. And as I walk, just noticing that we have officers that are actually within Plaza, and they've been here pretty much all day. I've been in the city all day. I've driven by Justin Herman Plaza a couple times, just in my activity today, and it was just interesting to me. So I just wanted to Ustream real quick about my observations, and so it's 7 o'clock now. So directly across the street, right behind the car, there is a huddle of officers. There's about 6 officers, and they're basically just hanging out, bullshitting, taking pictures of each other, laughing it up. So not really an effective use of SFPD wages, for sure. I mean, the plaza's closed. There's no occupiers making an obvious attempt to get into the plaza for any reason. So, in my opinion, a couple officers would be just fine. Not to mention the fact that if they really want the plaza closed, they could probably rent some fences for much less. I just don't understand. I mean, there's, between the trees across from me right now, there's a whole nother huddle. So I'd say there's at least 10 officers patrolling Justin Herman Plaza, and they're not even really staged or spread out. They're just in little groups and little huddles and just bullshitting with each other. So I'd be very curious, what their orders are. What exactly are they supposed to be accomplishing by just hanging out in a plaza? In my opinion, they're occupying. Just as occupiers would. They're hanging out in a plaza as a group and just having conversation. So, I don't understand, if they're able to do it, why occupiers are not able to do it. So just like something that's interesting to me. So I'm gonna swing around up Market. Another thing that I found very interesting while driving around the city today is that on Market there's still a large amount of police vehicles. 1, 2, 3 cars, a bike cop. There's still the mobile command center that we seen on Wednesday night that is still parked out here. So I don't quite know like what I mean, and there it's an active. So I'm just kind of peeking in. There's a whiteboard that an officer is writing on, and it looks like there are incident objectives for the day between 3 and 10. It says JHP stays clear, no tents in. Oh, no tents 101 Market. I can't really read that. Something about every half hour. And shopping shift admonishments. I can't quite read the writing, but so they obviously have an objective of what they're here for. So SFPD basically has a command center for Occupy, and we have another truck just pulled up with a couple. Got a guy with Planned Parenthood. I'm gonna see what's going on with him. So there's a few, like three trucks here. 3 more cars. Police van. So we're coming up on Spear and the 101 building. It's really cold tonight. So command center is set up and active. There's people inside that are writing up plans on a whiteboard for the evening. I don't really know what they're expecting to happen tonight. So here on Spear we got 2 more cars. So far, probably about 20 vehicles in the block I've walked. I've counted about a dozen cops on foot in the plaza. Not spread out, not stationed in different locations, just huddled up, occupying. Basically, I mean, they're just standing around talking, basically. Which is no more different than our encampments. So I'm walking up here to 101 Market, and there are officers present. So we have a pretty nice display here, Occupy signs, photographs.
I mean, mine's back. And mine's back. Standing up for the Holocaust. Have to lay down your gun. Welcome here without your visa. Welcome here. Possible discussion of things.
So there's definitely cops present here at 101 Market. I know that there was some posts earlier that they were going to try to spray down the sidewalk. They were going to try to get the occupiers to vacate long enough to spray down the sidewalks, and apparently that didn't happen. So I'm just going to continue around the block. I'm basically just trying to see what kind of police presence is down here tonight. What I found most interesting so far is the command center that is still posted and active. with officers inside with the whiteboard writing out plans for the night. So that pretty much confirms that SFPD does have plans to remain in the area this evening. I guess their objective is to keep Justin Herman Plaza empty and to keep tents from going up in front of 101 Market. And I'm now on, I forget which, I think it was Main, on the side of the 101 Market building. Usually, officer vehicles are lined here, and some of the other action that we've seen with SFPD before. So they're definitely not present on the street tonight. So I'm probably going to turn around and walk back towards the 101 Market area, where there was at least like 10 officers in front of the building and probably about 30 or so occupiers in front of 101 Market. So as I said before in the beginning of the stream, there is a flash mob that is planned for this evening in the Castro at Bank of America at 8 p.m. I may try to get out there. I know Punk Boy is already planning to be there, so I definitely know there's a streamer going to be present there. I have plans to be in the East Bay this evening, so I may hang around and make it down there for about an hour just to participate. I haven't decided yet. So I'm now back on Market in front of the 101 building. And like I said, the purpose for tonight's stream was just to kind of get a feel for the Justin Herman Plaza and 101 Market status for the evening. So we got a huddle. I'm gonna try to get in and see what is being discussed.
That might be a good place to have this discussion. We've already had it 4 times. And if you're really serious about that, you can join that. You can come to me after this, and I can do that. So we'll take that issue at the end, and if we run out of time, we can at least have an outlet. Is that okay with everyone? Okay with everyone?
Not okay with everybody.
Okay. So it's on the direct action to stay next locations.
So which is more important to people? The direct actions and planning of both spontaneous and more planned out direct actions.
Hold on a minute. Go ahead. Just when and where was that meeting? Yeah, okay, yeah. Just come to me after and I'll tell you when that meeting is.
Or location. Or do we want to create, which is more important? Show of hands for location. Do you want to talk most about location?
Yeah, I think that was...
The other thing is direct action.
Talking about
most about location and this location and other locations. Raise your hand. Okay, and all those that would like to see direct action be the most important thing. You can't do both. Because you can't have both be most important. They are. One, two. It eliminates the point of trying to figure out which we should talk about first.
Thank you. Keep hollering back and forth. Keep trying to talk to each other. We're going to fight them. They don't want to fight us. Good point. Let's talk to each other instead. All right, so it looks like we have two. We have the location and the direct action, and then the third one is the long range. Okay, so let's take take a stack on those. Sir, I'm going to let you talk first. I'm going to let you talk first. Come on over. Okay. So we're going to have a stack now. We're going to have a stack.
That's much bullshit. That's all that is, bullshit. Talking bullshit. They know it, look. People agreeing with me, they know it.
Location of our protest. Marcus number is
Somebody
on
needs to tell
stack.
them what they're doing.
Anybody else on stack?
Anyone wants to talk or have ideas about location and where we want to be? Anyone that just raised their hand, come and get on stack.
Daniel's on staff. Anybody else?
I think he's talking about them being the fighting people. I don't think anyone
Okay. He's on staff.
He's talking about
And second.
No, I'm serious.
Where's this Mark? Go, Mark.
A while back, at the General Assembly meeting, I was here in Bradley Manning. It was suggested, and I believe this for a long time, even Robbie and I agree with it. Robbie's the treasurer. I'm actually on the finance committee too. Suggested parks. Parks is the place to take over. Why? Clean air, quiet, a place to sleep. Grass. My dream is not only Super River Park,
I don't know, I kinda
big
showed up
open
Yeah, I
space,
do too.
plus
I've used
there,
streams,
there's
so.
a Foxtail Brigade.
Well, they said it was kind of like
one
General
time,
Assembly, because we did that
beer
earlier,
play.
like announcements and stuff, so I think it's...
Only problem is the sprinkler system. So we have to have tops on the grass and then tents above that. It's the only thing we have to do. And I believe the tents are protected by the First and Fourth Amendments. And I'm not really ready to go to Edley's office yet. Although, the last time I went there with a group, I put the American flag in front of the closed doors so Edley's head to run into it so he understands the Constitution is important.
How low did you go?
Anyway, that's about it.
Next.
David.
We're still licking our wounds, and we're recovering our goods from DPW, and our numbers are small. And it just doesn't seem to me, in advance of tomorrow's march where our numbers will swell and the momentum may change, it just doesn't seem to me to be the most opportune time to discuss where we go from here. We're here, we can clean this up, this is our center, this is our base. I definitely think we should expand from here, particularly with the new sites. But it just seems to me not very profitable with these reduced numbers to try and strategize where we go.
I have something to say on that. Since when we started, it was here with at some point we were at about this many people. Then we moved up when we had the numbers where we were just too densely populated and we needed to move. Right now, we don't really have this. As we got raided and as people are kind of leaving and coming and going, we need to give more time to kind of recuperate, get those people back, and then go do something like we did at Bradley Manning or whatever. We need to take that time. Like we got a lot of media coverage for what happened on Wednesday. We need to wait. Like a lot of people, I'm guessing, will be on this march today. I think we need to just wait until we have the people to actually talk about our next occupation. I mean, if half of us leave and go somewhere else, both places are too vulnerable.
That's right now. Mr. Chairman,
Okay, next.
Next is Ethan.
Ethan.
Okay. That's a valid point, but it's also possible the reverse. That, I mean, it's not just possible, it's pretty clear that when we changed from there to here, our numbers went down. So, numbers may follow location, not the other way around. I went to San Francisco State University today. They have an interesting little camp, about 22 tents. They had some momentum. It slowed down because of finals and then winter breaks coming and they don't have the dorms are closed during the breaks. But it's there. It's an option, and now. So there's like a crash.
Okay. Yeah, just a second. You go at the end. At the end.
I have it's a rumor I heard from campus cops is they're waiting till a bunch of non-students come there, and then they're going to kick us out and use that as the reason.
Public university.
It's just a rumor, though, so.
It's a public university.
But you know when it happened in Berkeley? Because they got busted too.
No, they didn't.
Didn't they?
Never got busted.
I thought they did.
I've been with Berkeley ever since day one.
Okay.
Oh, you're talking about Cal or Berkeley?
At the university.
Oh, yeah, they got busted.
Yeah, they got
really
busted.
severely.
When did that happen though? Was that when
About
people
a
like
week or two ago.
Right away.
Was that when other people started to join in? Because they're
Like I
saying
said,
that
that's
they-
just a rumor. No, that's just a rumor.
They hired outside private security and then they nudged them with the sticks and
More than nudging.
Right.
that's what they use the
Up.
word nudging.
So, like I said, that
That's
was just a
beyond
rumor,
nudging.
so don't take too much of it to heart.
No, it makes sense.
But
Okay.
it makes
Next on
sense,
stack.
but like I said, it was
Next
just
on
a
stack.
rumor.
Next on stack is Daniel.
Daniel.
I haven't been here very long. Before I was here, I was in Seattle, and soon I'm going to Portland,
Nice,
so you guys might not want to hear what I have to say.
Oh.
But with the weather, as it's been nice since we got kicked out of there. It's been all right, but it's gonna get worse.
Yeah.
And it's gonna rain, and you guys are gonna get cold, and you guys might lose numbers just based on that. So I feel as though it's really important to find a place as soon as possible to reoccupy.
Yep.
They're talking about these mobile occupations. They were talking about
They
it
have one in the
yesterday.
cash store right now.
Oh, good.
A big one.
Where?
In the cash store right
Oh,
now.
yeah.
Till
8
3 in the morning.
8 o'clock,
Do
right?
not talk out. Okay?
Yeah, 8
If you
o'clock.
want to be on stack, you raise your hand. Don't talk out. Please.
Yeah, and
Braden, don't talk out. We're using hand signals tonight. I'm sorry. Let's have hand signals. Director Frantz, go ahead.
on the weather issue, Wall Street has been dealing with this because it's really cold there. They've set up occupations in actual indoor areas, which may be hard for us to discuss at the moment, but they've actually come up with a plan that they realize their numbers are going to decrease for a short amount of time, and they're kind of understanding that they just need to hold some sort of a momentum until summer, until the weather actually comes back. They actually know the numbers are increasing, even on a daily basis when it's warm outside. They get more numbers. We need to keep that in mind. Yeah, Wall Street. They have the indoor one, so this kind of like sporadic.
Mark, go ahead.
Oh, well, this is my idea. I wouldn't mind going. Director's incident response. As an addition, we have, I think, $700 in our treasury. New York Wall Street occupy either $75,000 or $750,000 in their treasury. And I recommend that people need gear, wherever that gear is, go for either a consensus or the treasurers and get the money for that gear and go anywhere you damn please, because we're an entire movement. Occupy Wall Street is an entire movement. If we have to get money from New York, we will. Just ask for it.
Thank you.
To the treasurer or whatever.
Next on stack.
Director's
Oh,
law.
Director Well,
It's meant to be getting very cold this weekend as well.
It's gonna start getting the rain.
rain.
Y'all know San
Yeah.
Francisco.
Well, in Seattle.
Monday.
Rain for the grass to grow. Okay. Next on stack. Ariel.
I kind of agree with both sides of the argument so far. Like, I think that we should raise it, obviously, have our
Mic check.
right here in front of the bed.
Mike
Hey,
check.
in front of the bed.
Mike check.
All right, okay, can you hear me now? So I think it's really important to have our presence here in front of the bed right now.
It's really important to have our presence here in front of the Fed right now.
But plan for like the coldest weathers here, the coldest months here in San Francisco are actually January, February.
The coldest month in San Francisco is
January and
But I do think that we should be setting up tables around the area and actively recruiting our community.
Actively recruiting our community.
All the way down Market Street.
All the way down Market Street.
Getting all these shoppers to understand what's going on.
Getting all these shoppers to understand what's
Oh,
going
to the
on.
Castro! Anybody can join me, no matter what orientation.
Will you talk when you're called on? Direct response. There's a brother here last night.
There's a brother here last night.
propose this as an idea.
Propose this as an idea.
Anyone who's occupying.
Anyone who's occupying.
You say it, dude. You say it. Tell them right here.
Each one of us.
I said that
So each one of us
Go out there
can go out there
and get another one of us.
and get another one of us.
And a homeless also.
The homeless also.
Don't come back until he joins.
Don't come back until he joins us.
Or she.
That way it doubles our odds. I just wanted to add to that. But if it's private, who's occupying?
Everyone who's occupying.
Your occupation can be.
Your occupation can be.
Go out there.
Go out there.
Bring one person back here to occupy.
Bring one person back here to occupy.
Don't stop until you do that once every day.
Don't stop till you do that once every day.
Of course, if it doesn't work, you can come back.
Of course, if it doesn't work, you can come back.
And at least you'll have spread the message.
And
At least you'll have spread the
And
message.
hopefully we'll get everybody down here.
And
Hopefully we'll get everybody down here.
Okay, I have a question.
Question.
Hurry up. Can you say more about the importance of your suggestion? Because it sounds very intriguing and I don't understand it completely.
I just think that, like, right. I'm a driver, so I drove, all the way.
I'm a driver, so I drove all the way down Market
It's way more concentrated with people
It's way more concentrated with people
down there.
down there.
4 blocks, right there.
All the way to the castle, buddy. That's
Yes.
15 blocks.
Hold on.
More visibility.
My direct response.
My direct response.
In relation to your comments.
There's some activity going on behind me, so I'm going to swing back. Got more officers coming in for 101, I guess, protection, occupying the front of 101. I mean, there's nothing going on here, so I don't know why more cops are necessary. There's about 7 cops just entered the barricades and just basically standing around their little area here behind the barricade.
Federal jurisdiction. I mean, this is basic. This like law enforcement 101. What's the jurisdiction?
Settled, man. We're settled.
They're all like right there. And that's what this Occupy thing was about. That's what this thing was about. So,
We have marches tomorrow, and there's an event on Monday, and I believe an event on Wednesday. So I think we can do it literally every day if we have the people.
Let's give people that occupation to literally.
So are you offering to be coordinating for the walking with the
Sure, I've done it before, yeah.
Okay.
Right, direct response
Is
to
that
the
good? All right. So people that can walk will see you when and where.
Let's meet here at Occupy at noon tomorrow at GA, and we'll discuss it further about everybody getting together. I'd like to try and find someone who is associated with the printing company.
Oh, direct response. Yeah.
There we go.
Noisebridge has a printer that they have offered for Occupy purposes. It actually prints quite fast. I think it's a pretty good laser printer. As for toner and paper, they kind of lack some of that. So if you can either donate by going down there and sitting next to the printer and unclogging jams and shit, or if you can actually donate paper and ink, we actually do have the printing facility.
And I'm not associated with anyone who makes these. I don't know anything about how these are made or where they come from.
Those are the flyer designs are all on the website. They're linked on the website. So anyone can go print off their own flyers and take it to Noisebridge or
Some help. Is anybody willing to help do the printing side? 20th and Mission.
Yeah, 20th. The closest you can get there by BART. It's like a couple of.
We're not going by BART. Police are taking a picture.
All I know is it's a very close walk.
We'll get you an address.
He's a bad photographer.
Does someone
We have
have
a
noise
police
protection?
officer behind us that's trying to get a photograph of Occupy GA in progress.
You live here, man.
I mean, you'd think he's a tourist.
It was suggested that we all have armbands for solidarity and for, lack of a better word, promotional purposes.
Right.
So I would suggest that we all make our own armbands and proudly wear them all the time. The more often we do, and keep extras for other people and hand them out. We want the whole town wearing the armbands. Everybody.
It's a question.
Did anybody meet a guy named Lunabide?
No, Lunabide.
Lunabide is a really cool dude. He comes down here randomly, plays the banjo. Anyway, real cool guy. He got those sheets of those circle. So they have little like egg-shaped stickers, and he wrote 99% on like 6 sheets of those sticky things. And he walked around Occupy and stuck it on people's chests and arms. And he walked around the city and stuck it on buses. And he stuck it on just random conversations that he would have with people all throughout the city. And all it says, it looks like this, but it just says 99% on it. And that can be the next smiley face. You know what I mean? That's the next fucking smiley face.
Go ahead, Chris.
Well, just very quickly, get postal stickers. They're free. Get a Sharpie, and you'll see people tag stickers. They just throw them up. They're so easy to make, and you don't.
I got one more idea. I have a contract with
We have next on stack, which is
Hey, where's me?
I have a proposal for either General Assembly or working groups.
Proposal from the manifesto for working groups.
We're right now talking about our protest site.
Protest site, right.
Let's hold on. Put it on the stack. Okay? For another. Protest site. Protest site. Protesting.
Where we're going.
Go ahead.
Anybody want a cookie? You got it for free. There's enough for everybody. They did that to the saloon to save it from the earthquake. One here. One here. Alright, I'm trusting you guys.
Okay, who's next?
Cookie.
What was somebody?
I got one left for myself, that's it. I'm a double decker.
Mic check.
You don't have to repeat.
You don't have to repeat what I'm saying.
No, thank you.
I think we
Appreciate
need
it.
to clean this place up and make this a more functioning occupation.
Right.
Get working groups, spaces up. We got a little communications table up over there.
Cool.
Let's get it functioning again. So make it the occupation. Before we moved to JHP, we were here for a long time, and this is a really awesome community.
Yeah, it is.
This is where the Occupy really got big. So let's all work together and keep this place clean. Students come and stay here and help occupy and help keep this place organized and help with food. And it's a strong occupation here.
Direct response. Real quick, direct response. If somebody could donate.
Boom. And maybe water buckets. Water buckets would mop the place.
All kinds of shit. We're starting over.
I don't know about mopping.
Okay, good. Okay, so you suggest we make a list of what you suggest we make
Mops,
a list.
water buckets.
Our limited water supply should be used for
Drinking,
and cleaning dishes.
Yeah.
We don't really need to mop.
Right.
But it
We
would
have
be
to
nice to at least sweep.
Yeah, cool idea.
Sweeping is free.
Lynn, do you have a time, proposed time for this, or place, or just general?
Tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning, before 7.
I'll get you the apron.
In the morning.
You
Before 7 in the
can do it,
morning.
right? I'll get you an apron.
10 in the morning? What time do people wake up? We're looking to wake up.
All right.
Sunrise. It's 6 in the morning.
Okay. And so anybody interested in cleaning up this space? Anybody interested in cleaning up this space?
Ariel is, Daniel is.
Tomorrow morning.
Yeah, what we need is whiteboards too. Tables, chairs,
All right,
whiteboards.
I have a question. Are you proposing we set up a list of things that we need?
Yeah.
Okay. Anybody interested in taking on the role of Boone? Of creating a list of what's needed, resources that are needed. Okay, Boone. Anybody who needs anything, Boone's gonna take a list. Hold on. Lisa's gonna make an announcement. Hey, Lisa's gonna make an announcement.
What's that?
Our anti-oppression working group is having a workshop on Haiti tomorrow. Taking that to the Red Park. It'll be at 1 o'clock in the arena near the ice rink, and we're going to go over historical and present day, ongoing myriad human rights abuses that are occurring in Haiti. Currently, right now, there are 10,000 UN troops that are still occupying the country. Quote-unquote peacekeeping. They're basically stealing resources and jobs from the Haitians and discussing foreign policy and how it's complicit in the ethnic policy of the country. So it's going to be a good teaching in a good way to like get ready for March. It is focused on Haiti, but March this week. For real, get your definition of fucking water as a movie. Please come join us.
Sí, cómo no. Hazlo, please.
Sunday, I'm going to bring that proposal back Sunday. Sunday, there's a proposal about kind of like changing GA to. I know, I just figured we could do it the first like proposal because I can't be here Saturday. I was going to ask you if it's okay. I mean, I'll be here Saturday, but
What can you briefly tell us?
The proposal is basically just to redirect how GA is functioning to be every other day or a few days a week instead of every day. I'm going to write up a formal proposal that I didn't write up yet, so I need to bring it up. So Sunday. That's all.
Are you guys saying you're going to clear out? Well, not young girls. That was really the other night, not tonight. You're not going to bash the girls tonight. Can we agree on that? No, the funny thing is, let's agree on that. You guys in for that?
Wait a minute, excuse me. Jeff, we need you here. Jeff, we need you here. Jeff!
That's Antonio. Oh, that Jeff.
All right, go ahead. All right, let's get back in our circle. Quiet, please quiet here. Get back on track. Mic check.
Mic check.
Mic check.
Mic check.
Okay. I want to make an offer. Boone, where are you? Mark, you'll have to please stop quiet. Thank you. Boone, where are you? Boone. No. Okay, I just want to make an offer. I have a table in my truck. If you need a table, I have it. We're tabling. For whatever reason. We need a table here for a working group. We totally need tables here. Okay.
Good, huh?
Hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. Now come here. You make the announcement. Don't talk to me. I'm the facilitator. You have to make your announcement.
Mic check.
They just nonchalantly told us that we're lodging here.
That we're lodging.
Which is basically just staying here with our stuff here.
Which is staying here with our stuff here.
Subject to arrest.
Subject to arrest. Aren't we doing the same thing they're doing? We're just standing here talking. That's what they're doing.
Mic check.
Mic check. Basically, they just said. He just.
You know how last time they gave us like a 5-minute warning? Yeah. And then they checked us.
This is his way of
Where was that?
That was at this Plaza.
We're not at Justin Herman Plaza. We have no tents. It does matter. Greg, sir. Greg, sir. Greg, sir.
There's nothing wrong with having somebody on speed of good property.
Greg, sir said, as long as there's no tents, it's fine. He also came today. He also came here today. Please,
Oh, please go. Cool.
he also came here today and he said that the carts, this has been announced here already 3 times, these carts are not acceptable. Okay? That is the reason this action is happening. Okay? So, we have a decision to make. If we have carts here, we will, in fact, you're correct, we will be subject to arrest. If we don't have carts here, it may be something that would be mitigated.
Shopping carts are part of mine.
Okay,
A push cart that's not a shopping cart.
Question? Go ahead, Ralph.
I don't have a shopping cart. I do have a cart. I'm just talking about my cart.
Commercial carts. Commercial, Safeway, Walgreens.
I check.
Tell them to move their carts.
Yeah, exactly.
Anybody else have any ideas? Go ahead. Mark, go ahead.
Mic check!
Mic check!
So that's all left.
This could be
To
our advantage.
To our advantage.
What everyone should do
What everyone should do
is document everything they have.
document everything they have.
Take pictures.
Take pictures.
Write a list.
Write a list.
Because if they take it,
If they take it,
they can never live up
they can never live up
to 1,000 lawsuits.
to 1,000 lawsuits.
I have won in small claims court before
I have won in small claims court before.
with photos and documentation.
Photos and documentation.
Part of our strategy
Part of our strategy
should be to bleed this system,
should be to plead the system,
to make them pay,
to make them pay,
not us.
not us.
I would like
I would like
them to buy us all new stuff in the future.
them to buy stuff in the future.
So put it on the board of supervisors' agenda.
Okay, let's take stack on this question of the carts. Anybody want to talk about the carts?
I have a question.
Stack. Go to Stack.
I stepped out. What's the question of the cards?
It's illegal.
The carts are in contention with the chief. There's a
Also,
sergeant here that's telling us that they're going to impose a ordinance. It's a state law, actually, 647E. And,
the loitering law? So they want to take out the cards.
They said the carts are
Not our property.
all right. Come up here.
Which is true.
All right, Rowan's going to give us some information.
I just talked to the sergeant.
I just talked to the sergeant.
And it doesn't seem like it's just the carts.
It seems like it doesn't just the carts.
He said that if we're camping out,
For camping out, subject to arrest.
I asked him what the definition of camping was.
Right.
He said that it's
Could mean different things.
could be sleeping in a sleeping bag.
It could mean sleeping in a sleeping bag.
Or having lots of stuff.
Having lots
Can you
of
tell
stuff.
me the picture of the police chief, please?
Wait a minute, Mark. Hang on. Go ahead, Rowan. Finish up.
That's good. Passing on what he said. So I
That is true.
but I don't know
All
if he's
property
also-
camping
also
is
lying.
having
Okay, so let's go back to the question of the cards. So let's be on staff. Anybody want to speak about this? Anybody care about this?
Oh, you have it?
Okay.
I got it.
First. Second.
Oh, are you serious?
Third.
Shit, man.
I left it with mom.
Huh?
Oh,
What?
thanks, dude. All right, I just have to say,
Holy shit. Yeah, because it was rolled up,
we've lost a lot of resources so far.
Lost a lot of resources so far.
And I think in the event of a police raid, I think there are enough people here to pick up the things that we need. And be mobile.
Yes, be mobile.
I don't think it's worth it at this point.
It's not worth it at this point
to protest them. Stealing our cards and then let them and then cry about it. We need to keep our things. So if they come, I think we just need to peacefully protest for this space. But there should be perhaps pointed out individuals to grab the things that we need. For example, when they came the other day at Captain Garden, that was stolen eventually, but
I'm
you
sorry.
know, we just need people to like grab things.
Grab and go. Okay. Next. Next.
As far as I know, a law that is unclear is unenforceable.
It's unenforceable. Right.
Is the answer of the sergeant to the question of camping is unclear. I would ask for a captain to come down.
For a captain. Good.
Clarify the law.
To clarify the law. Very good. Excellent.
That's
Excellent.
very
Work
easy
your way
to
up.
do. It's right in the.
Oh, cool.
Shows good faith.
Right, goes with it. Want me to get Captain?
Right over there.
He's over there. I'm over to get him?
No.
He's over here?
No. Hold on.
Exactly.
I suppose that we have a liaison committee.
I gotta go get my tool.
Start with the captain. We'll work our way up.
The mayor's pretty well informed, I'm pretty sure what's going
dealing
on.
with police, yeah, but we have a liaison committee.
Any funny speak?
The living. A liaison committee.
A liaison committee
has the ideal of communicating to both sides. Towards a common purpose.
Yeah. Let's be the
Anybody want to speak on this?
Let's do it ourselves.
Put your hand up.
I have a clarifying question. Does the liaison committee have to be sort of an unbiased party, or can they be associated with Occupy?
No, I think that's what you're suggesting.
We had a liaison committee.
Right.
We were trying to work with them, but they got flack from the camp. And what I was suggesting at the time was that if we give them measures that could take to the mayor on behalf of the camp that were workable.
Exactly.
There's no reason we couldn't return to this forum. The problem we had before with it is it was being used top to bottom like in the military.
Right.
Not to a common purpose, but towards the purpose of destroying the camp.
Right.
And so people were I don't know how they got mad at the liaison committee for this, the city. The idea was to communicate back. Hey, we got to have some communication here, a common purpose, and work together on this.
Yeah.
Okay,
So show them how to really communicate and have a common purpose.
That's the point of our chant, is to communicate.
My direct response
Stack
is,
is boom right
in the absence of that liaison, we're in an emergency situation where a decision must be made now. Time is of the essence. So we might have to appoint someone to do that as a function. Is that true? It's a matter of necessity.
I'm going to go look at the police, the mobile command unit, and I'll report back.
There's a whiteboard. There's a whiteboard right inside the window that has some objectives for the night. I read the first two was to keep JHP clear and allow no tents on 101. Oh, I was talking to him. I can, yeah, sure.
Come up here and speak to us.
Sorry. Hi, good evening, everybody. Sorry, no, I was passing by. I've been.
If you're part of the GA, come on in so you can hear us, okay?
Sorry, I didn't mean to stop you. So anyways, my name's Kimber, and I've been passing by here and there in the past few months, and I've been out of town for 2 weeks, but I just got back, and I come out, use stream and everything, visit. But anyways, on my way up, I came down here to just kind of get an idea of the police presence tonight, because I was kind of curious why they're even out here in numbers like they are.
Right.
And they still have their mobile communication unit for whatever reason that was here since Wednesday morning. As I pass by, you can kind of see through the window, and they're writing up their objectives for the evening from 3 to midnight. And the first two that they have for their objectives is keep JHP clear and to allow no tents in front of 101. That's what I was going to tell you. There are two more objectives.
Mic check.
There are two more objectives. However, I could not read them. So if anyone wants to be slick and walk up to the window, maybe we can find out what the other two objectives are.
I'm going to go check, and I'll report back in like 5 minutes.
Yeah, cool.
You got 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
Sorry.
5 to 4 minutes, man.
Go, Sergeant!
All right, go.
So I think you guys have a good point to relocating or standing ground here, and so I'm just interested in hearing the rest of what everybody's ideas are. And I am streaming, so if there's anything anybody wants to come in and speak with me personally, testimonials or whatever, I'm basically here for documentation.
Oh, great. That's
great. Thank you.
We need
Cool, no
documentation.
problem.
It's so good to have cameras around here.
No problem. I was in the area. Anytime I'm in the area, I try to stop by for little points of time.
Next.
Kimber, yes.
Kimber.
Yes.
Yeah, get back to the proposal. Go ahead and speak on the proposal.
Well, I'm just asking, is that what we want to do? Do we want to appoint a liaison right now to go ask to speak?
Okay, let's do that. Let's do a little check.
No, to the mayor.
No, I'm saying we need to call him March to City Hall.
Well, proposal.
Every time we did that, it worked.
Okay, all right, so I think there's enough energy to speak to this.
Yeah.
So let's have a stack on this. Stack on this. Marcus first, Jacob second. Did you want to speak? No. Okay. Anybody else want to speak? Okay, two speakers, Marcus, Jacob.
Well, gentlemen, I forget his name is Daniel, is going through the communications of the police. Maybe they're in direct line right now with the mayor. In the meantime, what we can do is work up the system before. If Daniel comes back and they're not talking with the mayor, then I recommend we talk to the captain and then ask the captain to speak to the police chief, or if we can speak to the police chief, find out what the police chief believes. And if we don't like it, ask the police chief, the mayor to contact us and deal with us through a liaison even.
Okay, let's do this before we go on. Let's do this before we go on. You have your attention over here.
Mic check.
Right here. Mic check here. Mic check.
Mic check.
Mic check. Mic check. Okay, let's have a little bit of taking a temperature on this proposal that was put out. A liaison to be appointed to speak to those people in power.
Right.
Okay. Anybody interested in that? Like that idea? We can talk about it.
Like the idea
Show of hand. Show of hand. A liaison. A liaison. Okay.
I'm not down. I'm not for it.
A
Liaison
liaison.
committee, something like this. Somebody who's communicating.
Okay, so I said, all right, so we don't have a lot of energy for, okay.
We do, we have about 7 people in this.
Okay, we have 7 people. Okay, let's go to discussion on this. Go ahead.
I think we should call a liaison. I think anytime you have a liaison, it's bad. It's like having a representative. It's not transparent.
No.
If you have multiple and you live stream it, if you have multiple and you live stream it and it's transparent, what's the problem?
Wait, please, they have to have staff. Spoons, taking staff.
Instead, what I think we should do is call a march to City Hall like we did the last 2 times and throws the political back on them. Puts them in the spotlight. Like, look, Ed Lead, you're losing political power because you're fucking attacking the people's movement. We've done that before, and I think that works. That's what we need to do is call a press conference, ask for
Okay, thank you. I thank you. Stack. No, we're having stacks.
I agree with the last 2 ideas.
Let's do stack and then you can speak.
Jacob.
Okay, I'm sorry, taking notes.
I agree with Jacob's last 2 ideas.
That's going to be full of response. I know, but I have to like hear everybody in the right now.
Okay, you'll respond to everything. You'll respond to everything.
I agree with Jacob's last 2 ideas, the march to City Hall, and for us to deal, even though we have to sit in the mayor's office to get what we want. In the meantime, we have an immediate problem of what's going to happen now. We're going to take our properties. With that, I feel we should work up the system. We have Daniel at communication right now. We should be back in a minute to find out what's going on there. And if that doesn't work out, we should work up the system, captain, police chief, and then the mayor tonight.
Next, anybody else?
I personally don't really think the threat's that immediate. Just gonna throw it out there. I don't see riot gear. Go.
I'll try. I'll skip you if you can get to you. Okay, what was that?
You're on stack.
He's saying it's not an immediate threat.
I don't believe it's an immediate threat. No riot gear.
Anybody, Ron, did you have your hand up?
Liaison. Yeah, I agree with Dagum that liaison, that's what moving in the past has been kind of problematic. But at the same time, I think just to find out what's going on from someone higher than the sergeant, the sergeant would give us a good thing. Hello again. Hello. It'd be nice for someone to go talk to someone who is in the know and the police about that.
Okay, we have a report from Daniel. Report the hinterland.
Number 3 was to remind us about the 6-4 email.
That's what we've been talking
every half hour. So every half hour they're going to come out here.
Right, cards. Let us start out the cards.
And their fourth objective for the night was to remind us about cards.
Cards, you said 6-4-E.
Is that
6-4-7, yeah. 6-4-7-E.
No. Well, it's
two different ones.
Well, that's two different things. 6-4-E is the overall wall that they're hanging their hats on. And I want to comment on that, if I may. And the other one is specifically about Chief Sir's interest in the cards. He doesn't think that the cards are appropriate because they're commercial cards. Okay, so can I respond just to that one item about 6-4-E? I spoke to the ACLU lawyer when the version came out, the 6-4-E I was not familiar with, and she said that being in the ACLU staff, she's talking to all the ACLU lawyers throughout the country.
Whoa.
And she's saying, well, actually in this case, it's a state law. And she says all of the occupations have been getting the same state law treatment, 647E, unlawful camping, or unlawful lodging, or whatever the hell it's called. So she's saying it's problematic. And excuse me, Mark. Okay, she's saying it's problematic because it is a law that is simply at the discretion of the authorities to enforce. Okay, if they feel a cart constitutes it, fine. If it's bedding constitutes it, that's one thing. In your car, it's one thing. It's very, very discretionary. Her suggestion was, if the carts is what they're worried about, then I do. If it's something hanging on the tree, then take it off.
Probably the sleeping bag.
Okay, and she suggested that the sooner we can get to a political show of force, mobilize the community around this, that is our best form of defense. Okay, that's what she said.
How do you think you do that? Because that needs to be discussed.
Thank you. Sorry to interrupt.
Mic check.
Mic check.
I see nothing but opportunities.
I see nothing but opportunities.
Whatever happens, it's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen.
How you prepare yourself,
will
dictate
whether
it's an opportunity or not. If you label all your stuff, give no ground.
Give no ground.
Give no ground.
Give no ground.
The sound of this liaison sounds like people who are afraid.
Sounds like please.
Hey, I'm allowed to say my piece.
This is my no judgment.
Let him finish. Let him finish.
This is the time.
This is the time.
For offensive action.
We
have things planned. Tomorrow there's a march at 3.
Tomorrow there's a march at 3.
On Monday. The big day.
The big day.
We take the ports.
Coast, left coast.
We need
to
focus our energy. On those dates. We can talk to them after those dates.
In a
position of power.
Because
right now, it sounds like fear.
Okay, great.
I like that.
Thank you, Raul. Oh, wait a minute.
Did you want to speak?
Go ahead.
Just to respond to what Mark just said.
Yeah.
I totally agree that we should focus on those things, but at the same time, this is my only home.
Right.
And I want to try to make sure that I don't get ousted from it tonight by whatever means possible.
You can stay at my place tonight.
Thanks, Mark.
Direct response? Direct response?
Please.
I know.
Everyone should get put your hand up if you want to speak.
Put your hand up if you want to speak.
Do me a favor, and let's keep this orderly. Go.
Just from what I saw over there, there's not too many cops mobilized, and it's not on their objectives, and they all look pretty lax, so I highly doubt it'll happen tonight. But by the fact that they're reminding us every half hour about the law that we can't lodge here, that might show that they might do something in the near future, maybe the following few days.
Who's next? Now we're here. Ron, who's next?
Just to back off that, I would think then in that point, if they're possibly going to plan to do something in the near future, the original idea that was started to be discussed was to have a plan of who's going to grab what and where is it going to go in the event that they decide to make an action on the potential lodging that's happening.
All right.
Just my input.
Direct response.
Can you fill me in?
I have a very good
Quiet.
For
some reason.
everything I've been saying.
Everything
I've been saying. I've been at Occupy.
Been at Occupy.
Longer than most people.
Longer than most people.
And I've seen a lot of things.
And I've seen a lot of things.
Only thing I wanted to say.
Only thing I wanted to say
is that our strategy plan is very important.
Strategy plan is very important.
So why should we allow them to hear it?
So why should we allow them to hear it?
Let's go across the street.
Okay, thank you. That's a good point.
Good point. Excellent point.
So, anybody have any proposals?
On stack.
Or you have stack?
On stack.
Still on stack?
Yeah.
On my proposal, do I get to?
No.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, let's cut off the stack so we can get back to Raul. Okay.
Right.
Raul. Move forward, Raul.
There were some negative opinions expressed about. There's some negative opinions expressed about liaisons, about them being full of fear and trepidation and problematic and lack of transparency. What I don't get.
Talking about the liaison, right?
The liaison committee to the higher ups, I think is how you think. I was talking to the mayor.
Yeah, right.
The whole conversation kind of got diverted to the immediate pressing terror of a raid tonight, and they want to send somebody by every half hour to harass us. 2 nights ago, they were like beating people, throwing them in jail, unlawful imprisonment, this, that, and the other thing. We can roll around a little tonight, I think, without getting beaten at least. Now, so far as what a liaison is, I thought I had clarified that when I brought up the proposal. A liaison is someone that communicates, like in the military, it would be from higher command down to the troops, so that everyone's on the same page and they're working towards a common goal for mutual benefit. Now, in other organizations, it's not like top to bottom necessarily. Like we have a supposedly non-hierarchical system. We can use the liaison not just to be
see, like, the 10 or whatever
orders
officers
from the
hanging out in the
military,
department,
but to
like,
respond to them. We can
Like,
do
there's
it
not- They've
on
been there
film
for
and
days.
post
It's
it.
funny.
We have a sunshine law in San Francisco. It's a public meeting. We're allowed to film it and post it online. If that could handle the transparency, lack of transparency, well, let's do that. Because that would be a really good way to use the liaison committee. We could ask the mayor such questions as, did he give the order for that raid? Why was it only 5 minutes? Where did our stuff go? We've been robbed blind. Women were beaten twice last week. I personally saw that twice, etc. Such like as that. And like basically just lay it on them what's been done here. I think that's a good idea to communicate.
Those of you that are watching, it's now 8 o'clock, and there is a flash mob that should be starting at the Castro in front of the Bank of America building. So at this time, I'm going to cut this Ustream from this GA just to summarize their focus originally tonight began to determine whether they should relocate this evening or what the plan would be in the event of police action tonight. So they're also speaking about a possible liaison that will go to City Hall and get some answers for the occupation regarding last week's raid, as well as clarifying the potential of action here in front of 101 and how they can avoid that action. So that's so far. Um, that's so far the summary of what's going on here at GA tonight. I'm gonna cut the Ustream at this moment, and we'll probably more than likely come back on either from this location again or from the Castro, depending on where I happen to end up. So, hi. So I will just follow my Twitter for updates on my Ustream and where I will be Ustreaming from if you're interested in your viewing at this time. So thank you for viewing. I think 3 of you, and have a good night if you don't tune in later.